All right, first video with braces. Do I sound normal? La 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 la. I feel like I couldn't still rap with my mouth like this. Samalama dumalama, you assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, animated rubber, so that anything I say is ricocheting off of me and it'll glue to you. All right, let's start. Hi, I'm Jarvis. In case you missed it, I got braces last week and there's like a whole video about it. I hope you can bear with my speech in this video because things still feel real weird in my mouth. Today I want to talk about how I lost 50 pounds over about 8 months in 2013 and how I've kept it off since. For me, this meant going from 240 pounds to about 190 where I am today. Disclaimer that I'm a healthier person overall now, but I still have tons of room for improvement. For example, I still barely exercise, which is a problem, and I have a tendency to not eat very well. But what eating well means has changed over time. Over the period where I lost the weight, I wasn't really exercising that much at all. I mean, I had a Fitbit and I was walking like my 10,000 steps a day, but outside of that, I wasn't really going to the gym. I guess this is Motivation Monday. I really wish I didn't hate how cliche that is. Anyway, I guess starting from the beginning, I was a pretty lean kid. Damn, what happened? Honestly, I think I've been having a glow up since 2014, and it's all been an effort to get back to this little stinker. I was a pretty active kid. I used to do foot races up and down my block and ride my bike all the time with my friends. Diet-wise, I was a kid, so I ate pretty much everything. And I drank exclusively soda. I remember telling my parents I didn't like water because it didn't taste like anything. Over the years, though, I started to become more sedentary, and my diet was still really bad. I remember all I used to eat was like Banquet, spicy chicken tenders, and Little Debbie cakes. I know that sounds really bad, but it was just kind of the situation that I grew up in. My family didn't cook a lot, so as a kid, I ate like exclusively kid cuisine, frozen TV dinners. Also, things were different back then. Like, we used to treat Gatorade and granola bars like health food, and I ate a lot just when I was bored. Primarily for two reasons. One, I had some stressful events happen to me when I was in middle school. And two, I had undiagnosed ADHD, and eating is a focusing activity. So I would probably, unconsciously eat because it made my brain work better. High school, diet was still trash. Spent all of my time on the computer at my aunt's house. At school, people would always touch my man boobs as a joke. And I was deathly afraid of taking off my shirt because then people would realize how fat I was. Which is silly because that's like me seeing a wrapped bike for Christmas and going, I hope it's Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, we know, Jarvis, we know you're fat. But yeah, it was like a vicious cycle of self-consciousness. Despite all this, I did like myself on the inside, but I think I was frustrated that my outer appearance didn't match my internal, which I talked about a bit in the braces video as well. I don't know exactly what inspired it, but in the summer of 2013, I decided I was gonna try and lose weight. I think I'd worn myself down. I have this laundry list of things to do in terms of self-improvement and self-actualization that I've been maintaining in my head since at least high school. The reason it's so vivid is because it's probably the same as the reasons I used to hate myself. Like, some of the things I've dealt with are wanting to be outgoing, wanting to lose weight, fix my teeth, start a YouTube channel. That's one. And a laundry list of other things, both physical and mental. I've been slowly working through that list for the past 10 years to exciting results, so yay, progress. It's probably why I'm so optimistic about the world. I know how much can change if you set your mind to it, even if it feels like your situation is forever. So the first thing I did was to start counting calories. Well, the first thing is a little misleading. I had tried to lose weight a number of times beforehand to no results. I allowed myself 16 to 1800 calories a day that I tracked through the Fitbit app. I had gotten a Fitbit as a gift, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I picked counting calories this time because I knew from past experience that I couldn't change everything all at once. I needed to pick something that I could sustain and then build up from there. And if I was going to make a lifestyle change like this, I didn't want to give up the things that I loved, like cakes and cookies and pizza. And it was always somebody's birthday in my office, so there was just birthday cake lying around, and I didn't want to have to resist that. Wow, resisting sweets? Can you imagine? And I stopped drinking soda for a year. I remember looking at this video of me in my dorm, and in the background, there's just 12 vanilla Coke cans sitting on my desk, and I successfully disgusted myself. Turns out, water's pretty good. No one could have known that. This turned out to be really, really hard. I remember lying in bed, not being able to fall asleep because I was so hungry, which was probably a sign that my diet was just really bad because I had been filling it with like empty calories. Or it means I was starving myself, but it was probably some combination of both. The results were pretty instant. I remember dropping from like a size 38-inch waist to like 32 in like 6 months. And I continued counting calories for a year or two after that and slowly like working in a healthier lifestyle in terms of like food choice, but never giving up on cake. So we're clear. I'd realized that my initial strategy, which was working, was very unhealthy because I wasn't getting all of like the nutrients that I needed. Nowadays, I think of my body as like a campfire, and would you stoke that fire with like, I don't know, toilet paper that's nice and soft? It feels nice, but incinerates immediately, or would you rather put in like big hardy pieces of wood that can burn for a long time? That mindset really helped me. Counting calories turned out to be really effective. You cannot judge how much you're putting into your body if you've never done that before. Even today, I still know how many calories are in stuff, like off the top of my head. But I've been out of practice for a while, so I'm making this video in part to remind me to get back on the horse. Maybe we could all do something like social and use like MyFitnessPal or some app to like, I don't know, that would be cool. But the bottom line on counting calories is that your body has a certain amount of calories that it takes to like exist. It's called your basal metabolic rate, I think. And if you consume fewer calories than that, then it will use like fat and other energy stores to continue to give you energy. That's how losing weight works. I also had really supportive friends who were going through a similar thing at the time, who could keep me on track and help me out when I was like getting really down on myself for falling below my goals. Regarding exercise, I wasn't not doing any exercise because like you have to like move to be a person. I was just walking to and from work and getting my roughly 10,000 steps a day, but that was pretty much it. Exercise is so valuable though, and it feels criminal that I am not spending more of my time exercising. I went on a run last night though, so progress. Regarding body image, of which I had an unhealthy one, I gained far more respect for my body when I realized I was in control of it. Prior to this, I had felt like my body was something that happened to me and I was always destined to be this way, which is really sad and defeatist and not how I want to be at all. I can say for sure that that mindset can and has changed for me. But it's most important to accept yourself as you are. A lot of my change was catalyzed by self-hate, and I don't like that. It's really toxic because there's always going to be something new to hate. I prefer now to motivate myself with self-love, and instead of getting down on myself for what I haven't achieved and where I still have left to go, I pat myself on the back for the progress that we've made so far. There's also a lot that's outside of your control, like in terms of genetics. I think, unfortunately, with social media, you see people's best selves and you start to project, some lifestyle onto them. But I've seen a number of celebrities and Instagram models doing Q&As where they're like, oh yeah, no, I just have like a really fast metabolism and I eat whatever I want. What? Like that, first of all, I'm jealous, but also we can't get down on ourselves just because someone else won some genetic lottery. So I found that it's best to focus on what you can control, which is a lot, surprisingly. I think genetics are a lot of the reason that I've been able to keep the weight off. Also just because I stopped consuming like large meals of really bad food for me and drinking soda all the time. Like that, I didn't notice that that was gone because they were empty calories. So once the cravings stopped, you just forget that you even had them in the first place. If there's something that you take from this video, it should be this. Be patient with yourself, first and foremost. Drink soda in moderation. Learn about macronutrients and count calories. You should lose the weight in a healthy way because you're almost certainly gonna gain it back if you don't. For evidence of this, look at weight loss competitions where a lot of the contestants end up gaining a lot of weight back because they lost it in conditions that were totally unsustainable for them. When I decided to lose weight, I didn't think of it like a diet. I knew that I was making a lifestyle change. I knew that things were going to fundamentally change in my life in order to achieve, in order to grow. When you're planning a lifestyle change, you're allowed to leave room for the things that you don't want to get rid of in life. And for me, that was cakes and cookies. So everything in moderation.
Are we missing anything from that multi-hyphenate?
I also have a podcast.
Oh, right. Podcaster.
Oh,
Design
can
Life
you let us
FM.
have one thing, Charlie? Jesus Christ.
All right, well, I'll leave.
You just do the show.
Oh, you're really committing to this bit, huh?
Overcommitting.